The Rosebank Oilfield controversy, legal and environmental implications. Introduction. Host. Welcome to today's briefing. In this session, we will examine the latest developments regarding the Rosebank Oilfield in the North Sea, a significant and controversial project at the centre of legal, environmental and economic debates in the United Kingdom. This analysis will cover the Labour government's recent decision not to challenge a court bid by environmental groups, the potential implications for the project, and the broader impact on the UK's oil and gas sector. Section 1. Overview of the Rosebank Oilfield project host. The Rosebank Oilfield, located approximately 80 miles off the coast of the Shetland Islands, is one of the largest untapped oil fields in the North Sea. The project, spearheaded by Norway's state-backed Equinor and its partner Ithaca, has seen a commitment of $3.8 billion for its initial phase of development. The field has been identified as a key asset for the UK's energy security, but its development has been met with significant opposition due to its potential environmental impact. Section 2. Legal challenge by environmental groups. Host environmental organisations, including Uplift and Greenpeace, have mounted a legal challenge against the approval of the Rosebank project. These groups have argued that the North Sea Transition Authority's decision to grant a licence for the development of the field was unlawful. Their primary contention is that the approval process failed to fully account for the environmental impact of the project, particularly the downstream emissions that result from the burning of the extracted fossil fuels. Pause. The term downstream emissions refers to the greenhouse gases emitted when the oil is eventually used, rather than just the emissions associated with its extraction. This distinction is critical in evaluating the full environmental impact of such projects, especially in the context of the UK's legally binding commitment to achieving net zero emissions by 2050. On Thursday, the Labour government announced that it would not oppose the court bid by these environmental groups, a decision that came just one day before a scheduled hearing in Edinburgh's Court of Session, Scotland's highest civil court. The government's position was clarified to indicate that this decision does not mean the immediate withdrawal of Rosebank's licence, which was issued by the previous Conservative government. However, this move has cast significant doubt on the future of the project. The Labour government's decision not to challenge the court bid comes at a time when the UK's oil and gas sector is already under considerable pressure. Following Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in 2022, the sector was hit by windfall taxes, which were introduced as a response to the surge in energy prices for consumers. Although oil and gas prices have since decreased from their 2022 peak, the Labour government recently increased the windfall tax on these companies by an additional 3 percentage points. This tax increase has been met with criticism from industry stakeholders who argue that it exacerbates the financial challenges facing the sector. The uncertainty surrounding the Rosebank project further compounds these challenges, raising concerns about the future of oil and gas development in the North Sea. The legal challenge against the Rosebank project is part of a broader trend in environmental litigation. The case had been temporarily suspended pending the outcome of a related legal battle in England, where activists challenged Surrey County Council's decision to grant a drilling licence near Hawley in 2019. The activists argued that the council's approval was unlawful because it did not require an assessment of downstream emissions. The UK Supreme Court ultimately ruled in favour of the activists, setting a precedent that could influence the outcome of the Rosebank case. This ruling underscores the growing importance of comprehensive environmental assessments in the approval process for fossil fuel projects, particularly in the context of climate change commitments. The decision by the Labour government not to challenge the legal bid against the Rosebank Oilfield highlights the complex intersection of legal, environmental and economic factors that are shaping the future of the UK's energy policy. As the court case proceeds, its outcome could have significant implications not only for the Rosebank project, but also for the broader regulatory framework governing oil and gas development in the UK. Moreover, this situation raises critical questions about how the UK will balance its commitment to net zero emissions with the need for energy security and economic stability. The Rosebank case is a pivotal moment in this ongoing debate, and its resolution will be closely watched by stakeholders across the energy sector and beyond. Thank you for joining us for this in-depth analysis. Stay tuned for further updates as this story develops. If you found this briefing informative, please consider subscribing to our channel for more detailed coverage of important issues. Until next time, stay informed and engaged.